Say hi, Kimberly. Say hi, Kim. You can say Kim.
Hi, this is Kimberly. Today I bring to you part 2 of Christopher Lunkhead Watts talking with CBI agent Tammy Lee. This was an interview she administered right before the 2-question polygraph she gave to him. I'm exaggerating. It was probably at least 3 questions. I don't know, 2, 3, 4, something like that. But, well, we'll find out soon. Not in this video, probably the next one. I do remember the polygraph being short, and I was like, that's it? Why didn't you ask him so and such and such? But I'm already getting ahead of myself. If you've not seen the 2 prior videos I did, first of all, what is wrong with you? And number 2, I'm hurt. And number 3, I strongly urge you to go back now and have a listen. Thank you. Don't let it happen again. But I'm doing this little ditty where I take out the infuriating word CW overuses and abuses the word like. Now, I'm not suggesting I am perfect and have 0 annoying speech habits. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Good God Almighty, son. Land sakes alive. Oh, and those bad words that I have no control over that fly out of my mouth sometimes, usually when it's a highly inappropriate time. I'm sorry, Danielle, for all those times I've embarrassed you. I'm particularly thinking about the McDonald's French fry incident when you had your stepdaughter with you and it was during an especially delicate period, and all those times at most of the school functions, and yeah, those school functions I've been to with my own children back in the day and with my grandchildren. Again, I digress. I've listened to today's video clip way too many times. Because those likes can sneak up on you and you can miss them. But so if I've missed a few, fuck off. I mean, I'm sorry. I find myself affected with madness and insanity doing this project. Forgive me. I have a strong distaste for CW's sniveling and bellyache and coming through my headphones. It's making my ears hurt, burn. It's really hard to get every one of his likes. I'm tired of listening to this drivel. I could ask my husband to listen and catch any that I miss, but A, he would say, hell no, and B, I don't want to put him through this tedium. Where were we? I took out all the likes that Pinhead says, so we can really pay attention to the lies that are flying out of his fuckly mouth. The interview alone before the polygraph gave him away. Pay close attention to when Agent Lee is questioning him, quite thoroughly I might add, about the Rockies game. I'm noticing him squirming. I can see it even though I can't see the video, which I took out because it's just too hard to crop out the likes with the video as well, and then it would look all robotic and shit. But anyway, Agent Lee was asking him specifics about the Rockies game, and he's starting to get nervous, which I find to be funny. She had just gotten through making him feel comfortable, and he was convincing her, and getting away with his tall tale. Poontang feels guilty about his date with Slutty Barbie and tries to pull a fast one and steer her away from the backdoor date by starting to be a little too chatty about how much he was pondering to pay McKenna. Oh, and I called my wife to discuss it. So she knows I had a date and all with coworkers, and she asked me to save the receipt so we could fraudulently apply it to our taxes. It was a work event, yeah, but blimey, they pay babysitters pretty good out there in Colorado. I mean, it equated to about $10 an hour, so it's probably pretty average, but it just reminds me of why my husband and I never went out anymore once we had children. It was a rare manifestation in our domestic affairs if we went somewhere without the children. We always had our children in tow. Slowly, people quit inviting us to come over and shit. But what was really cool about this video today is, this part of the interview Not my family tragedies, but it is how the astute CBI agent brought Chris back to what Stumblebum termed the Rockies game, just as soon as he quit babbling about McKenna, the babysitter. I'm not sure if she was a minor at the time, but they left her name in the video, so I did too. Which reminds me, last video, I so kindly cropped out CW's social security number. You're welcome, dingus. Bonehead, bird brain, chatterbox, dipstick, panty waist. Those are his aliases, and I think it would be easy to find out his mother's maiden name. But even I think it would be wrong for someone to open up a credit card and fuckface Pinhead McGee's name, although it would be inappropriately amusing. Where were we? Anyway, I took out all the likes that Pinhead says, so we can really pay attention to all the forthcoming lies that are flying out of his mouth. But back to when Agent Lee is questioning him quite thoroughly about the Rockies game. He starts to get nervous and tries a few times to steer her away from it by talking about how much, of course, he was going to pay McKenna. I already mentioned that. So now that I'm cropping out the likes, I'm discovering some very frequent, infuriating phrases he also uses. These would include type thing or type deal, and furthermore there was everything like that. I didn't feel like. I left the like in those two phrases because I felt it was used in the proper way. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But anyway, we could cut out all of his infuriating phrases and words. There would be about 5-6 minutes of audio left then. He might sound almost as if he were a clever boy if I did that. I might do that just for fun. Fun? Where did that come from? If I should torture myself further. I will. If y'all want it, I will do it for y'all. 'Cause y'all are cool. And I always wanted to hang out with the cool kids. Did y'all ever hear that song, Cool Kids? It makes me cry. It was by that indie group, and I can't remember their name. But now I am hanging out with the cool kids. So, never give up your dreams, okay? It took until my mid-50s. It happened. So, let's bring it into action here and get on with this more adult and grown-up version of the polygraph interview. This is part 2, as a reminder. Much love and peace. Thank you for listening, and have a great day. Have a sunshiny day. Love you guys.
But we talked to the neighbor, we looked at anybody else that maybe had a camera somewhere, but nothing was going on. They had other community services go into the houses, hey, have you see anything? Do you have a camera? Do you see any of that? And we had nothing at all. And it was just alright, so at this point I'm hoping, alright, she's at a friend's house, she's safe, and she's just decompressing, or she's safe. But that night, as I'm calling hospitals and hotels, and there's nothing there. Nobody's had her check in, there's nothing at all. And then that was just dramatic because I had every light in the house on, just in case, Yeah, I went late in bed, but I didn't sleep. I was just sitting there. I had friends that came over. Nick and Amanda came over for a little while, and they showed support. My friends Dave and Jeremy came over. They showed support. Shanann's friend Lauren came over. She showed support. Another friend, Melissa, came by that I didn't know that she showed support. Everybody's I don't know why this happened or how this happened, but I hope that she's okay, type thing. Mm-hmm. And I was just hoping that I would get that knock on the door or a phone call or a text. Her phone, they have her phone. Hopefully maybe it's a number I don't know. Hopefully it's, a burner phone or some kind of phone she bought, and she could just text me and call me hey, I'm okay. Something. Or just get a knock on the door and then the kids just run in. And it didn't happen. And when I was going through that night, just trying to process everything, I missed the kids sitting at the dinner table and having to tell them to eat their dinner, and I missed them throwing their chicken nuggets at me. When I went to their room, just kind of, make their beds, I wasn't going to turn the rain machines on, I wasn't, going to read them a book. I wasn't going to kiss them goodnight. I wasn't going to, do that. I wasn't going to play in the playroom. I wasn't giving them their nightly snack, their nighttime snack. I wasn't, giving them their medicine. I wasn't, getting them dressed for bed. All that it just hit me. I'm not turning the monitor on to watch them because they're not here. Where are they? And that night I didn't even want to stay in the house that night, but I knew I had to, just in case maybe they came home, maybe they would come in that front door, garage door, or something would happen. But nothing happened that night. So I just laid in bed and took phone calls and texts from all our friends I couldn't sleep either, and just asking for prayers, just asking prayers in general. Just these kids are gonna come home. They're gonna come home safe. And the next day, well, detective, he called me about 2 a.m. just saying like they were gonna do the missing persons report, and I'll get that all going. But yeah, it's the next day when everything started happening as far as the news crews pulling in, and then all the canine units and the drones flying over my house. It all set in. This is not, she's not, they think something happened. Because all this right here, this means that, okay, my worst fear, that's where this is going right now. Because I thought she was just at somebody's house and she was safe. But now, it's going the other direction. With all this going on, with the dogs coming in, with the news media, everything just kind of happening, it's like, all right, this has gone to a totally different direction. And I was when all my friends were coming over to give me some support, I knew that, all right, I was happy all my friends just came over to just support. I didn't want to be alone at that point in time, because this is the time you don't want to be alone at all. And my friends are supporting me all through this, and I just want to find them. I want them to come home safe, wherever they are. I hope they are safe. And I really hope they can just come home. The FBI agent, Graham, he's been really helpful. I mean, he didn't tell me what leads they have for today, but I'm hoping that it leads to them coming home. Because just being in that house and not being able to tuck them in, it's heart-wrenching, it's earth-shattering right now, because those are my kids. You made those kids, you know. Or do you have kids or anything? Okay, so like 3 of them. So just not being able to, you know, kiss them goodnight and saying I love you, Daddy, or I miss you, Daddy, or something like that. You know, because they were without me for 5 weeks, and I got to FaceTime them every night, and it was just not being able to do anything, knowing that they were just here and not knowing where they are now. It's a nightmare right now.
So, thank you for explaining all that to me. Obviously, I have more questions, so I may kind of piece it out, just going back, just so I understand everything. And you kept saying that you thought she was at a friend's house. Do you still think she's at a friend's house?
At this point, I don't. Because all this, everything that's happened now.
So what does that make you think of?
It just makes me, either she vanished, she's had the kids and she's somewhere where maybe hopefully a hotel. But I don't think she's at a friend's house now, unless it's somebody I just don't know. If it's somebody I don't know, great. I just want her to be safe. But with FBI here, with, you know, CBI here, with everything that's going on, it makes me feel, all right, maybe somebody has her that's not keeping her safe, or something terrible has happened, and that's the nightmare.
And what would that terrible thing be?
That somebody hurt them.
That's running through your mind sometimes?
I don't want that to run through my mind, but it's running through my mind that somebody has hurt them, and that they are not safe. And I really want them to be safe. I want them to come home.
Right. Well, we want them to come home too. So let's kind of break it down back to when Shanann went to Arizona. So what was she in Arizona for?
Thrive local.
Oh, okay.
I've been down there with some of the upline leaders.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So she, mostly women, like, you know, other people that work for her, you know, downline.
Or, yeah, or downline
upline.
people or upline people and all that.
Okay, and they just, you know, fill their cup, I guess, for lack of a better term. So they get there and they, you know, cheer them on and like, you can give more and whatever. And I guess, do they teach them about new products?
Yeah, well, no, there's a lot of training that goes involved with like how to talk to people and stuff like that, how to bring in more people type thing.
Like, did Shanann make a lot of money doing this?
Yeah, she makes about as much money as I do.
Really?
Yeah.
And how much is that? Because I don't know how much you make.
About 65, 70.
Okay. She makes that much just selling
Yeah.
Thrive. Wow. How many people does she have underneath her?
People that signed up underneath her, probably about 200. The active people that promote it, it's probably about 50 or so. But like, she has, her team does about $80,000 a month in sales.
Goodness.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Sorry about that. Okay, so she's at this conference, and obviously, even before that, like, you know, you said that you kind of talked about, you know, separating or whatever when she got into bed or after you woke up.
Yeah.
When did that start?
So in the 5 weeks that when she was in North Carolina and I was back here.
And when did she leave for North Carolina? What was that date?
June 26th.
So the end of June?
Yeah.
Okay. So she leaves in June, and that's when, what?
Yeah. When we were talking and everything and texting and calling each other, we could feel there was that disconnect there. And over that period of time, our conversations were shorter, text messages were a little bit less, you know, more emotional type thing, you know, less lovey-dovey type things.
So explain, like, even before June, was there any other issues as far as your relationship goes? Or, I mean, everyone goes through ups and downs in marriage, but...
Yeah, I mean, like, over a year ago, you know, it was more of like, you know, I could see that maybe it wasn't as hot and heavy as, you know, as it was when we first met, you know, that spark and everything like that. But, you know, like you say, ups and downs, marriages, you know, they have their lows and they have their highs. And, like, I was hoping that we could just, like, it would just work itself out.
It's hard with babies and, you know...
Yeah, I mean, when the kids are involved, a little bit harder. Yeah. A lot harder.
And just as far as, like, your time away from your spouse and, you know, just trying to make time for them and, you know, give them emotional attention and that kind of stuff. I know that kind of can get strained. Did you feel that once you started having kids, or, you know, did you feel that even before?
Yeah, we didn't go out on dates really a whole lot. We had kids because, I mean, we just, you know, kids monopolize a lot of your time. They take up a lot. So you want to focus around your kids all the time. And that's what we did. And we didn't really focus on ourselves much. And I think that's where I'm not going to blame the kids for a disconnection or anything, but yeah, we focused like on the kids like all the time. And then as our relationship got longer and longer, it was more of, I could feel the disconnect that was there. We didn't really talk. We didn't have those deep conversations anymore, like, you know, anything like that. So that's when it kind of all started, and I was hoping that, you know, maybe it just worked itself out. And those 5 weeks when she was in North Carolina and I was here, I could feel it more.
Like, tell me about that. What do you mean by that?
So you could feel like the disconnect more in the conversations we were having, and they were just short, and it felt like, you know, when we were texting each other, and nothing was the same as far as that goes. Calling each other, nothing was the same. And when I got there, that's when when we were talking, it was just nothing.
Yeah, tell me about that. Like, what did it seem like when you got out there finally?
Yeah, when I got out there, it was just, you could feel, you know, you get to the airport, you know, just wrap the kids around, they come running through the alarm and everything, they were running through a place they couldn't even run into. And gave them a big old hug and everything, and then gave Shanann a hug and everything, and just, like, you can just feel it start from there, like, everything just felt different. Like,
did you guys kiss or anything?
We kissed right then, but after that, it was just, every night, it was more of we talked, but it was mainly through text.
Like when you were there?
Yeah, because it was whenever we would talk about how we were feeling, it was more we were just text back and forth type of thing. Because that's how we could get our feelings more across. Because her mom, everybody was still there. We weren't really alone because her parents were there.
So tell me about, like, when did that first text, you know, like, what was that first text like as far as, like, one of you, you know, deciding to talk to the other one about maybe separating or, you know, not feeling great about your relationship or whatever? Like, who was that first person that sent that text, and what did that text look like?
It was probably on her phone, but it was, so when I got there, it was July 31st, went to the beach August 1st, and her dad was there for a few days, and then her mom came down. So we were never really alone together. So that's why some of our conversations were through text as far as that goes.
So while you're both there together, you're still texting each other about stuff. And what were those texts about? Like, what did they say?
It's just kind of, where is our relationship going type thing. Where if we're bringing a third kid into this world, what's our relationship going to look like? Is it going to be, are we going to work this out? Or is this going to lead to a separation? Is this going to lead to where we stay together and be civil with the kids? Or are we going to be our separate ways and stuff like that?
And what was her reaction to all of that?
It was, it was emotional, it was a lot of crying, it was just, I'm not sure how to word that, but it was more of a, what are we going to do? How are we going to make this work?
So your wife wanted to make it work?
Like, we both wanted to see, all right, is this going to make it work? Is this going to work? Are we still at that point in our relationship where we're going to make this work? So when she went to Arizona, she confided in a bunch of her friends as far as what was going on, as far as where our relationship was.
And how do you know that?
Once this disappearance happened, they knew. I didn't know if they knew or not.
They reached out to you and told you that they knew? Or?
Well, I told them, we were, going to go through it with a separation and everything. Oh, we knew you guys were having some issues there and everything. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know.
Did they tell you what Shanann had said?
No. They just said they saw her and her emotional state. It wasn't the same as far as they could tell something was different about her.
So in North Carolina, is that the first time you guys have ever talked about maybe not being together and maybe, figuring out life separately?
Yeah.
Okay. And was that more, would you say, you bringing it up to her or her bringing it up to her? Okay. Okay. Did she ask you why? Like, why now? Or having that kind of stuff? So what did you say back to her?
Yeah, it was more of I didn't feel that connection anymore.
Like fell out of love kind of thing, or
how
would you describe it?
Yeah, it was more of, I don't feel the same way that I used to. Like, I don't think we have that connection anymore where I can just be myself and just be everything that I need to be for you right now. And that's how I explained it to her.
And she said what?
She didn't know really what to say. It was just, I don't know, I didn't see it, but I want to work on it, and I want to see where this can go, if we can fix it. To do a book, or counseling, or...
So after your conversation with her, it was your...
This is in North Carolina.
Right, belief that you guys would try and work on it together, just to see if it would kind of work, or
just see where this will take this week, because it was an emotional week just because of everything we were saying and what we were thinking and all that, especially bringing another kid into the world. So we want that environment to be as healthy as possible.
Sure. Did you guys? I'm sorry, it's freezing in here. I'm gonna pump this up a little bit. Did you guys sleep in the same bed while you were there?
In North
Carolina, yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple. I slept in the kids' room one time, and I slept on the couch another time.
Is it just because of the tension?
Yeah, there's tension in there. That's good. And then when we got here,
but when you're there, did you guys have sex at all, or
no?
No. Okay. Were you guys affectionate after the kiss at the airport?
Not really.
Okay.
That's where we could feel it wasn't really there at that point in time.
Okay, and up until the point where she left, was it, affectionate and...
No.
What was your sex life like?
The last time we had sex was in May when the kid was born, or kid was conceived.
So, that would have been in May?
It would have been, because she found out second week of June, so it would have been May.
Okay, and was there a celebration or something that, did you guys go out? Did you have a date?
No, she got me a few shirts that had it's a dad Code of Fish and F3 type thing. She had a couple shirts made, all of one of them was a back rub type thing.
But as far as when you had sex in May,
Mhm.
like, what, was there something special about that?
I mean, we had, you know, talked about like going through pros and cons of having another child, and we did a celebration of having sex.
So you guys, like, so you were talking about maybe having another kid?
Yes.
And then you were actually trying that night to have another kid?
Yeah, like after we waited until she was when she was ovulating type thing.
Was she keeping track of that?
She always has that on her phone.
OCD?
Yeah, soul tracker
Okay.
type thing, and it tells you.
Okay. So did you find that sex was more like a job, or did you really enjoy it with your wife as far as? 'Cause
Well,
sometimes-
I never felt like it was a task.
Okay.
Or anything
Like
like
even
that.
like, we're gonna do it now because I need to get pregnant, whatever. Like,
No,
that-
it wasn't. I mean, whenever you're trying to have a kid, I mean, I think you have to plan that part as far as that goes.
Sure.
Because you can't just, you know, have sex every day or twice a day to get pregnant. You have once and then kind of wait 2 days or something, whatever the formula is. She said you have to wait 2 days and then try again.
Okay.
But that's what that was.
Okay. So before that time in May, how often would you say that you guys were having sex?
Maybe once or twice a week.
Okay. So why do you think it significantly stopped right after she conceived in May?
It was, it's kind of hard to tell because we went through little spurts where maybe it wasn't like once or twice a week. There was times we went like a month or two without having sex. And sometimes I would try, and that was, you know, either she was tired or, you know, something was going on. She was just aggravated with something. And she was kind of, no, not tonight type thing. I was usually the one to initiate it, but I'd say most times I was shot down. But I mean, married life, honestly.
You just kept trying?
And you try. I mean, you never stop trying because I mean, if you felt like it was a job or a task, you wouldn't try. But you know, I enjoyed having sex with her. So I mean,
Okay.
it was.
As far as like North Carolina goes, like when you guys kind of broached the subject of maybe, you know, separating or whatever, did she accuse you of, you know, because I mean, I think it would be a normal wife's reaction to be like, who is it? Like, you know, like who's the chick or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that kind of came up, you know, and I was just, you know, that would never happen. You know the kind of guy I am. I was at one of my friend's house, Jeremy, and he said, you know, you're the type of guy that I could send you with my wife for a week and know nothing was going to happen, type thing. People know the kind of person I am.
Solid guy.
Yeah, I'm not the type of guy that's just going to say, all right, my wife's gone, who's the girl I can find for these 5 weeks? No, that's not me. I respect my wife and she respects me. There's no anything that she could, if she's somewhere safe right now, I don't think it would be with a guy. I mean, if it is, I'm fine. I want her to be safe. I want the kids back home. If it was with a guy, great. Come back home. We'll talk about all that later. But I never had an inkling she would do anything to me, you know.
So how did that come up from her? Like, what exactly did she say to you?
Because of how our texts and calls were getting shorter and everything like that. Just, are you having an affair? I say, no, I'm not having an affair. That is the last thing that should be on your mind.
Did she bring up any other, I guess, in a woman's mind, evidence as far as, you know, why she would think there would be someone else involved or anything like that?
No, it's just because whenever she would call, sometimes I'd be out for a run or I'd be working out and she could tell, all right, talk to me right now, let's just go work out, type things. When she was gone, I would take that more time to kind of, you know, go run, go work out, because I mean, I had time to do it, type thing. Sure. I would always make time to FaceTime with the kids and everything when she would call. You know, I would always make time to do it, especially when the kids are awake and everything like that.
Sure.
And later on at night, you know, when sun goes down, I'd go out for a run because it's less hot outside.
And would she accuse you of like doing other stuff while you were not answering your phone, or?
Oh no, she would ask me, hey, can you do this for me? Can you find this medication? Send me a picture of it. Can you find something at the house? I mean, little things like that. She knew I was at the house, so I mean, she had no reason to really have that fear in her head, but being away for, you know, that amount of time and being pregnant, and that's going to run through her mind.
Has she ever been away that long before?
No.
Okay. And you talk about, you know, her being pregnant or whatever, like, how was she different when she was pregnant than when she wasn't pregnant?
Well, I guess it's just, you're just more emotional in general.
Oh,
The red light.
Yeah.
Okay.
More emotional?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's normal. I mean, her cravings hadn't really changed or anything like that, but just, you know, just more emotional and everything like that.
Would she kind of admit that, like,
Oh yeah.
I'm pregnant, whatever?
Well, I mean, she's just, you know, she's with her mom, and she gets rarely, you know, her mom's really, she's full Italian, so she's always, you know, always just like gung-ho about everything, and it makes Shanann like really anxious sometimes. You know, it's a lot of stress being over there with, you know, her family and my family, as far as like everybody. You know, she's over there by herself with the kids.
Do you guys all get along? Like, does
I mean, yeah, we all, I mean, pretty civil as far
I know
as.
you said that you went to your parents by yourself. Like, was there a reason why Shanann and the girls didn't go?
Yeah, because there was an incident where my mom had something in the house that Cece was kind of allergic to.
What was that?
It was some ice cream. And
What are your kids sick with, I guess?
Cece's allergic to tree nuts.
Okay.
And so not peanuts, but
My kid's allergic to peanuts, but not tree nuts, so.
yeah, so peanuts is I guess, it's growing from the ground. So the tree nuts like pistachios and cashews and stuff like
Those
that.
are the good ones.
I know, and kiwi.
Oh,
Kiwi's grown, I guess the spores have something that's related to tree nuts, found out the hard way as well. But yeah, there was an incident where she had something in the house, as far as it was ice cream that Cece couldn't have, and one of my sister's kids went and grabbed some. She was eating next to Cece, and it was just a point where Shanann said, they cannot come over here again. Because Cece's the one that kind of would lunge as she would just grab. I mean, if my sister's kid had,
She was having so fast you wouldn't even be able to.
You wouldn't know, because I mean, how we figured out tree nuts was an issue is because Cece had a little sliver of a cashew one day, a sliver, and made her react. And her reaction has gotten worse over her last panel was a month, 2 months ago or something like that. And her reaction was a little bit when they prick her back and everything. So that kind of drove Shanann to where, all right, they can't come over ever again if you're going to have this in this house. And that's why that happened.
When was that? Was that during this trip, or was that from before?
It was during that 5-week span.
Okay.
Yeah, and they hadn't seen the kids in 2 weeks when I got there. And Shanann was like, they can't go over there right now.
What did you think about that?
I was hurt. I wanted my parents to see their grandbabies, you know, even if it's just we didn't even FaceTime. So when I went over there, I wanted to bring the kids, but I respected her decision. Okay, if you want the kids over there right now, it's fine. I just need to see my parents since I'm here. I'm here for a week, you know, I want to at least go over there, give them a hug, and see my sister, her husband, their kid as well, and just kind of say, hey, had a little cookout and just hung out.
Do you know if Shanann told anyone in North Carolina about what was going on?
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Who do you think she told?
Oh, she probably told, well, there's people here. I know Nicole probably knew. I know Kathy probably knew. But Nicole lives here, Kathy lives there. There's some of her good friends.
But, like, would she have told any of her family or friends in North Carolina?
I'm not sure if her mom knew or not, if that was the case.
Is she pretty close to her mom?
Oh yeah, she is, but I'm not sure if she told the entire thing about the whole having something in the house.
Alright, I just mean between you and her, sorry, the separation.
Oh, so, no.
She didn't tell any of her family?
No.
And why do you know she didn't do that?
Because she told me she's not going to tell them. I knew she was confiding in a few of her friends, because she told me that, because she had need someone to talk to, but she didn't tell her mom or anything like that.
Do you guys go to church?
No, not here.
No.
No, we haven't.
You moved to Colorado,
No,
you go to church?
No.
Okay.
We were talking about, you know, finding one for, you know, with the kids and everything.
What about counseling? Did you guys talk about counseling?
Yeah.
Yeah, when did you guys talk about that?
That was probably, we got back on the 7th, back to work on the 8th, so it was probably about the 8th or so.
Oh, right before she left?
Yeah.
Or I guess she left on the 10th, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what came of that when you guys talked about counseling?
I don't really think we really needed to go to counseling, so anything that we were saying to each other, I felt say to each other, and not have to, you know, go to somewhere, sit on somebody's couch and talk to them about it. But she said a couple of her friends that were married have been to counseling once or twice or 3 times, and they're still going, type of thing. I didn't feel like I really needed to, but I was open to the idea because I thought, all right, if she really, if this is gonna work, maybe, but I didn't really want to do it just because I didn't think we needed to do that. I thought we could just, maybe just do it that way, but the disconnection was there. I didn't feel like it was gonna help.
Okay. So you get back on the 8th or 7th?
On the 7th, go back to work on the 8th.
Oh, you went back to work on the 8th?
Yeah.
Okay. And what day is the 8th? Like of the week? Do you remember?
8th, 9th. So it'll be a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the 10th was a Friday, that's when she flew out.
Okay. And then you worked how many days?
I worked Wednesday and Thursday, and then I was off Friday because that's when she flew out to Arizona.
Okay. So tell me about all the stuff you did on Friday. Or how was it, I guess, before she left? Like, did you take her to the airport?
Oh, no, Nicole picked her up.
Oh, Nicole picked her up?
Yep.
Okay. What was the attitude like, or what was the relationship like when she left for Arizona?
It was, we had talked about counseling and everything, and we knew what the sex with the baby was. We weren't going to tell anybody until she got back, because Nicole knew. Mm-hmm. Nicole was the one that prepped everything for her with the bag. A couple things, pour out a little fake champagne bottle and whatnot.
For which one?
For the gender reveal type thing.
Gender reveal, okay.
Type thing like that.
Okay.
So she did all that for us. And so Friday, I woke up I waited for the kids to wake up because she left pretty early that morning. Nicole came and picked her up, and she left to the airport.
Was it like kiss, hug, bye, or was it kind of strained as far as?
It was a hug.
It was a hug?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna have a safe flight, and just let me know when you get there, and I'll send you pictures of the kids throughout the day.
Okay.
Type thing.
Okay. So, and then you said, I'm sorry, that you waited till the kids got up?
Yeah, that's what we usually do. We just wait for the kids to wake up, so they wake us up.
Okay.
And Bella came in the room, and she usually just crawls into bed and just falls asleep next to us. She wakes up. She doesn't just get up and just go like Cece does.
But as far as Friday goes, what exactly happened on Friday?
So we just pretty much hung out around the house, just playing around. We went to a grocery store, went to get my glasses, got some cracks in the frame. We went to Target. We went to King Soopers to pick up the click list over there.
I've never done that.
That was fun.
When did you do that? Is that your first time doing it? Or do you guys do it?
Oh no, she does it for me all the time.
Oh, she does?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah, we made a little day of it and everything. And
so, and I'm sorry, do your kids go to preschool or daycare?
Primrose.
Is that a preschool or a daycare?
It's a little bit of both depending on your age.
Okay.
Because they have up to 6 months.
Okay, so what are your kids considered? In the preschool or in the...
Early, Celeste is like early preschool 1, early preschool 1, and Bella is pre-K 1.
So is it like you can drop your kids off before
school early and whatnot, but yeah, we just play around that day, and we went to a couple of different places. And
do the kids go 5 days a week there? Or how often do they go to?
5 days a week.
5 days a week. And what is the normal time that they go from like 8 to 10?
Depending on when they kind of wake up and get ready, usually 7:30 to 4.
7:30 to 4?
Yeah, okay. Somewhere around there.
And is this because Shanann is doing her Thrive stuff and you're at work at the oil field?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, when they're at school, she can really concentrate.
Sure.
All that stuff right now.
Does she pretty much work from home?
Oh yeah, she can work from anywhere.
But does she normally work like from a computer at home, or is she?
She just works from her phone. She uses a computer, but she uses her phone mostly.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you can do anything from those things.
That's crazy. What time do you think you get home on Friday?
Probably about 4:30 or so.
Okay. And do you guys do anything else Friday night?
And just normal things, just getting ready for bed, or have dinner, getting ready for bed type thing.
Okay. Did you talk to Shanann that night?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
Would you have FaceTimed her with the girls, or?
Oh no, when she's away and stuff like that, we don't FaceTime the girls. They really react to that.
Oh, because they'd be upset.
They'd be upset, yeah. Bella was asking a lot about her.
Okay. So did she talk to them? Like as far as on a phone call?
No, there was no contact between her and the kids while she was gone.
And
that's normal. Last time, there was a Thrive event, she went to Canada, and we do not talk to the girls. They would literally have a cry fest.
You're like, I can't handle that, so.
Well, I mean, she knows. It would really make her cry too.
Okay.
So, it was just one of those deals.
Right. So what time do you think they go to bed on Friday night?
Probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay. And what did you do Friday?
I went downstairs and worked out and just kind of chilled out at the house. And
So your weight is in your basement?
yes.
Okay. So you went and worked out, and then how do you chill out? Like, what do you normally do?
Sports Center, and just if there's a cool movie on to watch or something like that. And
did you have anyone over on Friday, or anyone stop by, or anything like that?
No.
Okay. And then what happened Saturday morning?
Saturday morning, kind of the same thing. Bella came in bed again. She wakes up, she comes into bed and just kind of lays next to me, and then just kind of waiting for Cece to wake up, type thing. And then I was going to go to Costco that day, but Shanann said she'd just do it when she got back. And go back on Monday, get some chicken or vegetables and stuff like that. But I got most everything from that clip list, the King Supers. They were just hung out of the house and played outside, and before it got too hot outside, and just played in the playroom and did some things around the house because it gets so hot out there. We couldn't go to the park because they were doing some drainage thing, and they had everything dug up, and whenever it does rain, it just pulls up really high, and it was just one of those deals.
Because you're in a newer neighborhood, is that right?
Our house was built in 2013,
Oh, okay.
but there was already houses there. I think those houses have been there for a little while.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys come in, or you're hanging around the house, playing around the house. So what happens around dinner time?
So Jeremy Lindstrom, one of his daughters, McKenna, watched the girls that night. I went to a Rockies game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who did you go to the Rockies game with?
I was people from work.
And who did you go with from work?
It was Cody and.
Give last names too, just because I don't know who these people are.
Oh yeah, Cody Bourgeois, and it's because it was a raffle that we had from work.
Oh, okay.
So it was a work function, but it was Cody Bourgeois and Sam LaRue.
Those two guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So just three of you guys went?
Yeah. Yeah, and then I came home about 11.
Did they win?
Yeah, it was a walk-off 3-run home run in the bottom of the ninth.
Nice. So this was Saturday night, right?
Saturday night.
So what time did you actually leave to go to the Rockies game?
It was like 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Did the game start at 7 or?
6:10.
6:10.
Yeah,
did
I got
you stop
done.
and eat dinner, or?
Yeah, the lazy dog.
At the Lazy Dog?
Yeah.
Who did you eat dinner with?
About the same people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so got down there, the Rockies game, came back about 11 or so, stopped by at the gas station next to the house, got some money from McKenna, gave it to her.
What gas station is that?
The one right by our house.
Do you know what kind it is, or?
Conoco.
Conoco?
I think it's next to a Pinocchio's restaurant.
Okay.
So
Is the ATM inside?
Yes.
Obviously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got that. Talked to Shanann on the way home.
From the Rockies game?
Yeah.
How did you get there and back?
With the Lexus.
Oh, with Lexus. So did you pick up anyone on the way? Did you give rides to anyone?
No.
You just met them down there?
Yeah.
Where were your seats? Do you remember?
That was on the third baseline.
Like good seats?
They're decent.
First level kind of?
10 rows up, probably, somewhere there.
Nice.
It was not too bad.
How much did you pay for the raffle?
Oh, it was just something to enter.
Oh.
Something to enter in there.
Nice.
But they always have something for a golf tournament. I'm not a golfer or anything like that, but it was just something to enter.
Do you and your, people you work with get together every once in a while?
Not mainly. This was just a random thing. It was just something, I never won anything, so it was just one of those random things.
Did you pick them to go?
I won that one ticket.
All three of you won that ticket?
Yeah.
And did anyone else meet you guys there from work? Or?
No, it was just a random thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but when we got home, I called Shanann. I asked her how much to give McKenna, and she was, do I give her 60 or give her 50? I was like, just give her 50, because it's like, okay, you don't want to overpay her. I'm like, okay. When I get there, and the Expedition was there, I think that was Jeremy's wife's car, and I gave her the money, and girls were fine. They ate pizza. I ordered pizza for them that night, for them like that. And then after that, I went inside, went to bed, and then.
Were the girls in bed?
Oh yeah, they were totally passed out.
And was the mom there to help McKenna, or?
No, I think she dropped off the car, because I didn't see anybody in the car when I pulled up.
Oh, McKenna can drive. I don't even know how old McKenna is.
She has her own car. She has a Jeep.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't see anybody in the car as far as her mom was, but I think they just dropped her car off when I got home.
Okay. So, and I hate to keep going back to the rugby game, but you were with your coworkers there. Did you mention to either of them about, you know, issues that you're having with your wife or anything like that?
No.
Are these not those type of people that you would talk to like that?
No,
Okay.
nothing like that. Nothing at all like that. It's personal type things. I don't want people at work really knowing anything that I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
Only person I really told was my foreman, just because, you know,
Who is that?
Luke Apple.
Oh, okay. And what did you tell him?
I just told him, you know, I wanted him to be aware if he felt like my mind was not on task, that, you know, tell me and just send me home type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because at work, when you're there, you need to be, because there's so much pressure around. I mean not like pressure, wellhead pressure,
Yeah,
like that kind of pressure.
Dangerous.
Yeah, you stand in front of a master valve or a needle valve that could be open or something like that. So you don't want to be 100 pounds to kill you. But I mean, I work around stuff that has.
So did he ask you why would your mind not be right?
I told him, you know, my wife and I we're going through a few things right now, and that, you know, separation has been on the table. I want you to know my mind's gonna be on task, and I wanted him to know, you know, if you see like anything that I'm doing that you don't like, just let me know, because my foreman, he's the one that's gonna give me my performance reviews. He's my boss.
Is he out there when you're working and stuff?
He's in the office mainly, but he's one of the foremen that likes to go out to the field.
So he may see you out there.
Yeah, oh yeah, like if he has meetings or whatnot, he likes to, or when he's done with meetings, he likes to get out of the office.
So what was his reaction to you when you told him that?
Just let me know if anything happens, and, you know, I won't tell anybody on the team or anything, our team, because that's personal issues, so, you know, I'll keep me in the loop.
Okay.
Type deal.
And when you get home from the Rockies game, both girls are in their own bed?
Oh yeah.
Do they always sleep in their own bed?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So do they have separate bedrooms?
Yes, I have
Okay.
an joint bathroom.
Okay.
Jack and
Jill. Okay. So tell me about Sunday morning when you wake up.
So Sunday morning, we normally, like, Bella actually goes into Cece's room and wakes her up this time.
Okay.
So it happens. But yeah, so that happens, and then we go downstairs and watch Bubble Guppies and stuff like that. And I put in bed a little early that day because Jeremy's son, Caden, called Buddy, he's turned 4.
Wait, are you talking about Sunday night already?
No, it's Sunday afternoon.
Oh, you put him in bed for a nap?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nap time. Yeah, they have a nap in the middle of the day.
That's the best, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we go over there after a nap. I wake them up. We go straight there.
What time is that, you think?
So the part of that 1, I woke them about 12:30. Type deal.
Did you guys have a present for this little guy? Or
Yep.
how'd you get the present?
Oh, we went to Target that day, and I got him a little dinosaur car.
Okay.
Yeah.
So earlier before their naps, you went
Yes.
to Target?
Yeah.
Okay.
When we got the dinosaur car.
Did you go anywhere else besides Target? Okay.
No, not that Sunday, no.
Okay.
Because when we got back, it was about that time, and they had for that little early lunch, they wanted cold pizza. So that was their deal. It was the pizza left over from the other night.
Okay.
So they ate that, and they went and took a nap. And then after that, we went to Jeremy's house, and we were there from 1:15 till like probably 4:30, 5 o'clock. Out there, I didn't know it was going to be a water balloon pool thing. They had a little mini pool out there with water balloons and everything.
And what do you mean that, like you didn't bring swimsuits?
I didn't have swimsuits or water shoes with me or anything like that.
Okay.
It was,
You just get their clothes wet?
yeah,
Okay.
type deal.
They love that.
Cece loves just getting in the water. Bella was more taking the water balloons out and just, you know, spraying them everywhere, type deal.
Okay. So you get home about what time, you think?
About 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Okay. So what happens after that?
Immediately just put them in the shower and try to wash them off because they had, you know, sand and everything, because they had a little sandbox over there with their little playground. And so I just put them in the shower immediately, just wash them off. They can usually like wash their hair by themselves and whatnot. So
are you in the shower with them?
I'm on the outside.
On the outside.
Yeah, I'm just like, I let them kind of do their thing and wash them up and everything and get them dried off, put some lotion on, pajamas, go downstairs. They wanted pizza again, so cold pizza.
What kind of pajamas did you put on them?
Just with nightgowns.
What did those look like?
Probably, I think Celeste, a pink one with little drawing of a bird or something like that.
Okay.
And Bella, it might have been one that said "Believe" on it, or it was a multicolored one, might have had a unicorn on it.
Okay.
They have so many of those nightgowns.
I don't know, is it a dress, or are they pants for the show?
No, it's a dress.
Like,
But yeah, it just kind of falls down to their knee. It's hot, so they sleep hot, they sweat like crazy.
Okay. Do they take their pajamas off at all during the night?
No.
On a normal?
Cece has a nighttime diaper. She sleeps in a nighttime diaper.
But she doesn't, I mean, as far as getting hot and stuff, they don't like strip their clothes off in the middle of the night because they get hot or anything?
No.
Or do they?
No, I've never seen them do that, unless they have pants on. If they have like their mermaid pajamas that have like a t-shirt and pants, they'll take that off.
The shirt part?
The pants.
Oh, the pants.
Yeah, because they get so hot.
Right.
So the,
Oh, I've never heard that yet. That noise.
Rinse that button behind you.
Is that what was beeping?
No, this was, maybe it
Oh.
was that getting hit or something like that.
No, I wasn't touching it.
No, like in another room, windows.
Oh.
They always have that.
Yeah.
They all have that.
Okay, so you get them in their pajamas,
Feed them dinner
feed 'em
and
dinner.
FaceTime Shannon's parents.
so not Shanann, just her parents?
Yeah, her parents.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so they FaceTime them for a little while, and after that they sit on their couch. They have a Minnie Mouse one. Cece has a Minnie Mouse couch, and Bella has a Sophia, the first couch, and they chill there and give them a little snack. And Celeste has some vanilla wafers, Bella has some chips, and then they each wanted the switch after they were done. So, sorry, Bella had vanilla wafers after that, and Cece had some like Cheez-Its or something like that.
Okay.
And then after that, let's brush their teeth and got them ready for bed, and they both use the potty and like they normally do, and put them in bed.
Okay. Do they normally go to bed right away, or?
Well, they lay in bed, like they don't get out like once the rain machines are on and lights are out. Bella came out twice that time just because she knew Shanann was coming home. I told her she'll be home Monday type thing, because Shannon's not going to just go in there and wake her up in the middle of the night type thing. So I told her she'll be here Monday, and she knew
When
like,
you wake up.
yeah, she knew like, are time yet? Like she comes out like, she home yet? Like, no baby, just when you wake up, okay, when you wake up, okay. About two times she came out asking about that, but Celeste hasn't done that yet.
So as far as, you said you talked to Shanann at least one time to ask about how much to pay McKenna.
Yeah.
Did you talk to Shanann any other time?
Oh yeah, during the day Sunday.
Okay, and how was that?
It was just fun, just talking about the kids and, you know, texting back and forth. I don't have much signal over at Jeremy's house. There's like a dead zone on Erie Parkway over there somewhere.
Did you send her pictures of the kids
Yep.
at the party and stuff like that?
Yep.
Okay. And was she happy about that? Was she
Oh yeah, I
upset,
miss them type thing, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I sent her pictures while she was gone.
What about like phone calls? Did you guys have any phone calls?
Yeah, we had a few. I couldn't call her over there because it was bad signal area. I barely get the text messages out. But yeah, I
But
mean,
you didn't call her at Jeremy's, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I couldn't.
But the other time, like Saturday night?
Oh yeah, everything. Yeah, we just talked and asked how everything went and everything like that. And once I got him home, gone after the party and got him to bed and everything, told Bella's, she knows you're coming home and she's ready and everything. And she was texting me about because the power went out, I guess, in Arizona because of the dust storms, and her friend Addie and Cindy, they paid for dinner and stuff like that. And yeah, Nicole and her were at the airport, and Addie's plane got delayed, and they were hoping theirs weren't getting delayed, but it ended up getting delayed.
So what, like, if you could have taken her pulse then, like, how was she as far as communicating with you? Was she
It's
distant,
kind of hard to tell through those texts, but she was ready to get home and see the girls and just be home.
But as far as her relationship with you, how did that feel to you?
It felt like she did when she left. It felt like, she was in that state of mind where, okay, she decided to be home. Maybe it's kind of hard to really tell, but through a text, but she wanted to get home and see us because she had been away. When she was in North Carolina for 6 weeks, and then she comes home for 2 days and goes to Arizona. She only been home 2 days in a 6.5 week span. So she was just ready to be home, be with us, and just be around us.
So, what time was she originally supposed to be home?
11.
Oh, 11?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously that gets delayed till whenever.
Yep. She
1
got
or-
home. She didn't get home at 2. She didn't leave there at 11. I think they're an hour behind
Okay.
in Phoenix
Okay.
at this time of year because they
Did
don't.
she text you when she landed, or did you know?
No,
when
she
was
texted me
headed?
that it was delayed, and I think she texted me when she took off, but she didn't text me when she landed.
Okay.
I just felt her get into bed.
Okay, and you said that was around 2, you think?
2 o'clock.
And you know there was a doorbell thing, is that what you said?
Yeah.
At 1:48?
Mm-hmm.
Describe the doorbell thing.
So it's got whenever in proximity, like she walks up.
Like a motion thing?
Yeah.
Okay. And now, is that tied to like a home security system, or is it just a single doorbell thing?
The doorbell records it on to the our control panel.
So it's all tied together?
Yeah.
Like garage alarms?
Yeah, everything.
Alarms,
Yeah.
window, whatever?
Well, there's no windows, but just
Okay.
there's a living room motion thing and a basement motion. And we have open and shut sensors on the basement door and the rear sliding door, and obviously the front door and both garage doors.
So is it anytime they're open, or just if they're
Anytime
open
they're
for an
open. Both.
extended period of time?
If the door is left open, after a certain amount of time, it'll say the front door at 28-25 Saratoga Trail has been left open.
So did it alert you that she was outside using the keypad to get in when she got home, or?
No, it picked her up walking up to the door.
And did it alert you that?
When I saw it the next morning when I woke up.
It wasn't enough that it woke you up?
Oh, no, it's very like a faint, like, ding, type thing.
And what's the living room one? What's that for?
It's just a motion detector. If you set alarm to away, you know nobody's going to be in the house. That's, stuff like that. It'll pick that up and set alarm off.
Is it on when you're home though?
No, if you set it to away while you're home, you're just going to check the alarm.
Okay. So you don't have any of those like active, I guess, when you're at
Well, it's always active, but it's not set to. You can set it to away and stay or disarmed, but it's still going to pick it up.
Oh, okay.
If you look on my phone, go to the Vivint app, it'll show you living room motion system detected.
So, and I guess, so just for my own knowledge, did you actually look at that, obviously when she went missing, and the girls, did you look at your living room alarms and that, to see if there was stuff going on in the living room?
It doesn't, like, once, because we had so many doorbell trips, because it was messing up so much as far as little things setting it off, I can only go to the history so far.
So you don't pay for the cloud storage for that?
No.
Okay. Is that an option?
They had never given it to me.
Okay.
But
So how far did it go back?
I'm not sure how many different events that it can store. You don't have notifications, you can scroll, but it eventually just ends. I'm not sure how long they'll actually keep it.
So when this all happened, did you look on there and it, like...
The only thing that I saw that was really strange was that when I left, it said the garage door stayed open.
And so if that was on there at 5, whatever, in the morning, right, wouldn't the other stuff still be there too that happened after? Like if there was motion in the living room or the basement or whatever?
It should have been the only thing. There was a basement door left open and garage door left open.
Oh, when was the basement door left open?
It was about the same time.
5:27?
Yeah, it was within a minute.
And then what was the other one, did you say?
That garage door left open.
Was the basement door open when you went back?
Not that I remember. When I got there, everything was shut. Garage door was shut, basement door was shut.
What, like, you go out to the basement, like,
The basement
is it a walkout?
No.
Oh.
It's a garden level.
Okay.
So there's the windows, you can see the backyard. It's not one of the ones that's a normal one where it's like a deep dive where you have to look up to see the level of the grass.
So what's the basement door then? I guess
So the basement door is when you walk into the house through the garage, and then as you're walking to the living room, you take a right, and then that's the basement door that leads down into the basement.
Oh, so that door has an alarm?
That has a sensor that tells you when it's open, because you can, since it's a garden level basement, the windows, you can walk into the backyard and you can open a window. You don't have to dip down, you just open a window and you can walk in, type thing.
So there's an alarm on the
There's
interior door because...
Yeah, because you could,
in case an intruder came in
through the window,
basement?
yeah, stuff like that.
Okay. And that one went off too? Like,
Yeah.
was that before the garage or after the garage? Which one was first?
One was at 526, one was at 527. I think the 527 one was the garage, and the 526 was the basement left open.
Do you get those a lot, or do you guys even hang out in the basement usually, or?
I'm usually down there just work out, but I didn't work out that morning, so it definitely wasn't open when I left.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
Very off track.
You're fine.
So the Ring doorbell goes to your phone, like how do you log into that system?
It's just an app.
It's just an app. What is the app called?
Vivint.
And does she have that app as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Should be on the phone.
Is it your login? Is it her login? You guys
Hers.
have, oh, it's her login?
Yep.
So is it her email and
Should be.
password? What is her email?
Shanann.
Okay. Do you know what her password is for that?
It should be.
Say that one more time.
Oh.
Is that what she uses for other stuff, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Kind of
her.
common.
Yeah, it's her.
Her
Yeah.
go-to password?
Yeah, it's a phone number.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. So,
It's a phone number, not hers, but it's a phone number.
right. Okay. So, I know, like, I have a Ring doorbell, and, like, our flag will shut it off sometimes, you know?
Yeah, that's why
kick
I took
on.
my flag down, because it kept, after we had the camera reset, because it wasn't working for a little bit, it was picking up, I thought it was the flag, but it wasn't. It was picking up just a tree moving around
Yeah.
and a bush or a branch or something. Or
Just shadow or something, like, yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
ours does that too, so. Is that the system that was installed in the home when you moved in, or is that something that you guys
We did.
installed? When did you guys install that?
I would guess 2 years ago,
2 years ago?
I think.
So are you completely asleep when she gets home?
Yes.
Do you hear her, like?
I feel her, I felt her get in.
But as far as, like, did you, was she putting away her luggage, you know, like,
No.
like me, I'm crazy about, I need to unpack, like, the second I get home, no matter.
It was
if it's
really late, but like, I don't know.
You don't think she was unpacking
No.
suitcases
No.
or whatever? You think she just, like,
No, her
went up
suitcase
the
is still
stairs
home.
and,
Her suitcase is still there.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So she's one that would wait till the next morning when she woke up and
Yeah.
unpack her suitcase and
Yeah.
everything? Okay. And do her
There are
laundry.
yeah, at some point in time, yeah.
Okay.
Hi, this is Kimberly. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Part 3 will be out very soon. I tried really hard to get all of the likes out of this video. I hope I was successful, because I can't bear to listen to this again. I listened to it 4, 5 times. It might have been more. I can't. When I play it now, like how when you were in school and you were told to read this really boring chapter and you thought you were reading it, and then when you got done you realized that you weren't, that your mind was wandering. Well, it's kind of like that. For fuck's sake, much love and peace. Thank you for listening.